Okay, good morning students. In this module 3 we have learned about what is inverter, what is SFPS, and we studied about the principles of measurements, and we have studied the what is an error, what is static characteristics of an device or instrument. At the same time we have studied the statistical analysis of an instrument. Same time, for this module we are referring this textbook that is written by H.S. Kalasi, and the title is Electronic Instrumentation, and I have referred the problems that are given in this textbook. Okay. Previous class we studied the static characteristics of an instrument. At the same time we studied what is an error. Error is the equation is given by E is equal to AM minus AA. AM is the measured value and A is the actual value of an measurement. Same time we studied with the static error, what are different types of static error, the gross error, the human error, as well as the different types of errors or static errors are there. And in this session we are going to study about some of the problems that are given on the errors. At the same time we are going to solve some problems. Okay. Next, and here we are going to use this equation that is what we used in the statistical error or percentage error. And once again I am going to repeat this. An error can be expressed either in absolute or a percentage of error. Absolute error may be defined as the difference between the expected value of the variable and the measured value of the variable. Expected value of the variable and the measured value of the variable is what is known as E. That's what I said. E is equal to AM minus AA, measured value minus expected value. Okay. Once again, here E is equal to Y of n minus X of n, where E is the absolute error. That's what we are supposed to find, and Y of n is the expected value. But we should know what is the expected value of the measurement. At the same time, Xn is the measured value, what we are going to measure in the measurement device. At the same time, what is the value it comes on the measurement device is known as measured value. Therefore, the percentage error once again is given by equation is given by the absolute value by the expected value into the 100%. Once again I can write this absolute value is given by Y of n minus X of n, that I can is represented by E divided by Y of n into 100. Therefore, percentage error once again I can write this equation is Y of n minus E is replaced by Y of n minus X of n divided by Y of n into 100. It is frequently used as accuracy rather than error. The accuracy is given by A is equal to 1 minus magnitude of Y of n minus X of n divided by Y of n, where Y is the relative accuracy of the measurement value. And percentage accuracy is given by A is equal to 100% minus by percentage of error. Once again I can rewrite this equation as A is equal to A into 100%. This is what, using these equations we have to solve some problems. Okay. So next we are going to solve some problems on this, and this you can see the problem statement. It says that the expected value of the voltage across a resistor is 80 volts. However, the measurement gives a value of 79 voltage. Calculate the absolute error, percentage error, relative accuracy, and percentage of accuracy. So you can see here the expected value of the voltage across resistor is 80 volts. The expected error is nothing but Y of n or expected value, but the measurement across a resistance gives a value of 79 volts. That is what X of n is equal to 79 and Y of n is 80 volts. Then I can rewrite the equation as equal to E is equal to Y of minus X of n. Y of n is nothing but the expected value and X of n is the measured value. So Y of n is nothing but 80 volts and X of n is nothing but 79 volts. When I subtract this, I get the voltage as 1 volts. So error is 1 volts. Then we are going to calculate the percentage error. The percentage error equation is given by Y of n minus X of n divided by Y of n into 100%. So 80 minus 79 divided by 80. So the 1 volts divided by 80. It gives the value of the percentage error is the 1.2%, 1.25% of an percentage error in this measurement. And the relative accuracy is given by equation A is equal to 1 minus magnitude of Y of n minus X of n divided by Y of n. So 1 minus the magnitude of this is given by 1.25. Okay, If I subtract this, then divided by this, I get the value of this. So and the equation is given by 1 by 1 minus 1 by 180, and its value is 79 by 80. The percentage relative accuracy of this measurement is nothing but 0.9875. So percentage of accuracy is 98.75. It's nearly equal to, out of 100, it is nearly equal to 98.75 percentage of relative accuracy. In this way, we are going to calculate the absolute error, the percentage of error, the relative accuracy, and the percentage of accuracy. So similarly, we will solve the next problem. Okay, you can see here the expected value of the current through a resistor is 20 milliampere. However, the measurement is a current value of 80 milliamperes. Calculate absolute value, percentage error, relative accuracy, and percentage of accuracy. So here expected value of current through a resistor is y of n is nothing but 20 milliamperes, and the measured value what we are going to x of n is nothing but 18 milliamperes. Then we know the equation E is equal to y of n minus x of n. It is a actual value of expected value of the current through this resistor is nothing but 20 milliamperes. Similarly, the measured value what we are going to get after the measurement is nothing but is 18 milliamperes. Substituting this value, y of n is equal to 20 milliamperes and x of n is equal to 80 milliamperes. Then E is equal to y of n minus x of n. 20 milliamperes minus 80 milliamperes gives the value of 2 milliamperes. Next, we have to calculate the absolute value of the error is given by 2 milliamperes, and the percentage error equation is given by y of n minus x of n divided by y of n into percentage, and the value what we get is 10%. Similarly, relative accuracy of the equation is given by a is equal to, okay, a is equal to 1 minus y of n minus x of n divided by y of n is equal to 1 minus, okay, 20 milliampere minus 80 milliamperes divided by 20 milliampere. It's a magnitude of 20 minus 20 minus 2 divided by 20. Okay, is what is the value it's given by, so 0.90. The value what is going to see here is 0.90, and the percentage is 90%. The previously what we got is 98.7%, but here it's what we have the percentage of accuracy is 90%. This is how we are going to calculate the absolute error, the percentage error, relative accuracy, and percentage of accuracy is find out in this problem. Next, we are going to solve statistical analysis problems. That's the we will calculate the arithmetic mean as well as the deviation from the mean, the average deviation. Similarly, we have to find out the standard deviation and the variance of the particular method. We are going to solve some statistical analysis problems on this equation. So first one, for a following given data, calculate arithmetic mean, deviation from each value, algebraic sum of the deviations. These are the values we have to find out. The first study gives the value as 49.75, 49.7, second value 50.1, third value 50.2, fourth value is 49.6, 49.6. It is going to give different values of x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, and these are the values. For this, we have to calculate the arithmetic mean, and the equation is given x bar is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 x5, and what we have is 5 values. The number of times what we calculated, the 5 times we have calculated the value, so it is divided by 5 times. When we add this and when we divide this by 5, we get the arithmetic mean value as 49.86. Okay, this is the arithmetic mean value. Next, we have to calculate the deviation from the mean. For the first value d1, the x1 minus x bar. X1 is whatever is 49.7, and x bar what we have is 49.86. Okay, when I subtract this, I'll get the value as minus 0.16. Similarly, for d2, d3, d4, we have calculated the deviation from the each value has been calculated here is these are the values. Then we have to calculate the algebraic sum of all the deviations. When I add all these values, I get the value as the d total is equal to 0. This is what I get for the this value. Similarly, calculate average deviation from the given data. In the example what we have studied here in this example, average deviation, they asked us to calculate average deviation for the data given in the example works point 4. Similarly, what we have got is, these are the values what we use, d1, d2, d3, d4, d5 are the values we have called what we have calculated in this problem. Substituting these values, d average is equal to d1, magnitude of d1, magnitude of d2, magnitude of d3 and magnitude of d5, and we have to divide this by 5. We have calculated this 5 times. I'll get the values. The average deviation values what I got is 0.232. Okay, when I take the average value of all the 5 and divide it by 5, I can get the average value deviation is 0.232. At the same time, we have to calculate the standard deviation for the given data, and the equation is given by square root of d1 square plus d2 square d3 square at the same time d to the power of n square divided by n minus 1. So how many times we have calculated? That is subtracted by 1. And we know the values of d1, d2, d3, substituting these values, and number of times is nothing but 5. 5 minus 1 is 4, and substituting the square root of 0.16, I get the values 0.256. 0.24 square is 0.576, 0.1156, 0.0676, 0.0256. And the divide is by 4, I get the values 0.292 divided by 4 is 0.073, and this I will get the square root of this value is 0.27. Therefore, the standard deviation of this equation is that the standard deviation of this problem is 0.27. In this way, we are going to calculate arithmetic mean, the deviation, the algebraic sum of deviation, next one the average deviation from the calculated value, and standard deviation, where we are going to calculate what is the standard deviation. In this way we are going to solve the problems. Similarly, we have studied the previous classes, we have studied the dynamic characteristics of measurements. In this we have studied the different characteristics, and the speed in which the device response is given is known as speed of response. Lag, the time taken by a device to read and the data sent back to the measurement device, that is nothing but a lag. Time taken by to display a value is known as the lag. The fidelity, if there are different fidelity factors are there, it can be affected by different fidelity factors. And dynamic error, these are due to the change of environment, change of devices, or as well as the human error. It's combination of human plus as well as instrumental error is known as dynamic error. It changes with respect to the time. That's why it is known as dynamic error. Okay, thank you one and all.